A single misstep and the life she built unraveled. To the outside world, Marissa Hayes was the definition of dependable. Organized, thoughtful. The kind of woman who remembered coworkers' kids' birthdays and always had a casserole ready for a neighbor in need. Her life with her husband, Daniel, was calm, predictable, in the best way. Nearly 10 years of shared routines and quiet rituals. Sunday mornings were for coffee and crosswords, Wednesday nights for tacos and trivia. Their marriage looked enviable from the outside. But inside Marissa, something had started to go numb. Not from anger, not even dissatisfaction, just emptiness. She and Daniel no longer really talked. They managed schedules, coordinated chores, traded logistics. The laughter had thinned. The touches had become automatic. And when that stillness stretched too long, it didn't feel like peace anymore. Felt like forgetting who she used to be. Then came Callum, a new face at work. Not flashy, not arrogant, but quietly confident, observant in a way most people weren't. He didn't flirt, not really. He just noticed, asked how her weekend was and remembered what she said, complimented her thoughts in meetings, shared the same dry sense of humor. Marissa knew the stories about him. People whispered about his charm, about past office flirtations that never seemed to leave a trace. He never pushed, he suggested, and that made her feel like she was making all the choices. First, it was nothing. Shared jokes, inside references, private chats that were probably too friendly, but nothing physical. Then came the message, subtle, vague. Got an empty apartment for lunch. 10-minute walk. No expectations. He didn't wait for a reply. Just left. Marissa stared at her screen, her heart thudding. She told herself she wouldn't go. She was smarter than this. Stronger. But she also knew she wouldn't resist. She told her coworker she had errands. Walked those 10 minutes like she was sleepwalking. When she arrived, the door was already open. Soft light, a glass of wine already waiting. Callum didn't kiss her, didn't speak much at all. Just pressed his finger to his lips and set a timer. It was mechanical. Over before she could name the regret curling in her stomach. She walked back to work in silence. Cleared her messages. Blocked his number. Told herself it was a one-time lapse, sealed and buried. What she didn't know, Callum had recorded everything. High quality. Multiple angles. Not just her. Weeks went by. Daniel started acting like his old self again. Cooking dinner. Planning weekend outings. Reaching for her hand in the car. Marissa convinced herself the worst was over. That the guilt had reset something inside her. Maybe the scare had saved her marriage. She never heard from Callum again. Rumor had it he'd transferred. Left the city. She felt relieved. Until one evening, while they were cleaning up after dinner, Daniel called her into the living room. He didn't shout. Just held out his phone and said, "You should watch this." Her heart dropped before she saw a single frame. But the moment the video started, everything inside her collapsed. His apartment. Her. Every angle. Every second. Her name on the video title. Daniel walked away before she could say a word. Closed the bedroom door quietly. That silence hurt more than any scream. Then her phone buzzed. A friend. "Have you seen this?" She prayed it was something else. Anything else. But it wasn't. Another link. Another video. Dozens. Other women. Same format. Same betrayal. Her face. Her name. Viral. Online forums lit up. Her inbox flooded. Strangers whispered. Coworkers avoided her. She wasn't just someone who cheated. She was content. Daniel never fought. Never asked questions. 3 days later, he came downstairs with a blank expression and said simply, "You need to go." She didn't argue. Packed what she could. Moved out that night. The people she once called friends? Gone. A few replied to her messages just to say, "I need space." Daniel filed the divorce himself. Quick, efficient, without a single insult. She signed it in silence. There was nothing left to salvage. She rented a tiny one-bedroom under a new name. Picked up temp work. Avoided social media. Cut ties with everyone. But the internet? It doesn't forget. The videos reappeared constantly. She'd walk into stores and feel eyes on her. Coworkers whispered. Her phone buzzed with unknown numbers until she started leaving it off. And Callum? Vanished. Scrubbed clean. No accounts, no trail. He moved on. Marissa didn't. She lived in the space between who she used to be and who she was now. Not a villain. Not a victim. Just someone who played a dangerous game with someone who wrote the rules and paid the price. It wasn't the affair that ruined her. It was the fallout, the exposure, the humiliation, because some mistakes don't live in the dark. They burst into the light and leave you with nothing but ashes.